When I think about the violence, mayhem, and carnage that happened in black towns like Rosewood and Black Wall Street, and how this was all done over a white woman and her accusations of being violated by a black man, it pretty much shows me how dysfunctional many racists are. Um, Under the surface of many of your racists is really a simp. Most white racists are pretty much simps. And when I deconstruct the events that happened in black towns like Rosewood and Black Wall Street, they pretty much tell me how much of a simp many of these white men truly are. When I looked at Rosewood and all the violence and the carnage that happened over a white woman who was pretty much lying to cover up her adulterous affair with another white man, it pretty much shows me how emotional and irrational many racists are. You killed all of these innocent black people because this white woman says she was raped by a black man, but you don't want to ask this woman, what she was doing. She said she really was just trying to cover up an affair she was having with some white man, and these guys were sitting here trying to defend this woman's honor when she had no honor at all. And this is something that many of your racists just don't understand. They put their white woman on a pedestal and they worship her, and they'll sit there and, say they're going to protect her honor, they're going to kill all these black people to defend her honor, when there's nothing honorable about this white woman at all. This white woman pretty much is just as, dysfunctional and backwards as your black woman or any other woman out here. And the whole thing is that because these racists give the white woman a pass, she participates in all sorts of behavior behind his back and pretty much, makes a fool out of this white man. And he's sitting there thinking he's defending the honor of this woman, he's protecting this woman, and this woman could give less than two craps about him. And what was really sad about Rosewood is all these people lost their homes, their livelihoods, and, their lives, all because this white woman was sitting here lying about coming home from an affair that she was having with some white dude, and then decided to lie and say she was raped by a black man when no such thing truly happened. And what really was these white guys showed how weak they truly were, because this by believing this woman's lies, they pretty much showed that who was really in charge here. They pretty much gave this white woman leverage and control over their community and over their people. If she can sit here and lie and get these white men riled up to go kill these black people, who had the real power in the South, if you really think about it? The white men didn't really have any power. It was the white woman. And this is one of the big problems that most people have when dealing with racism, is that they always look at this white man as the problem, but they give this white woman a pass. And the white woman is the most dangerous person when it comes down to the issues of racism and white supremacy. And a lot of people give her a pass, they overlook her, not understanding that, one, she's a manipulator and a liar, and two, she is the teacher of culture in America. As the white woman goes, so goes America. And she is the one who teaches racism and white supremacy to her sons and her daughters every day. Yet, you'll have most black people who will sit there and say that the white man is the problem. No, the white man is the fruit of the white woman. And the white man basically is a simp who submits to the white woman. And, I look at, that carnage, and I look at all those lynchings that many people said happened because of white female false rape claims, white female things that they accuse black men of. And it shows me that your racists were some of the biggest simps in history. And they pretty much, allowed their woman to get leverage over them and complete control over them. And she knows that she can manipulate these racist males through their own hatred to do her bidding and, pretty much kill on command. She pretty much has this white male pretty much wrapped around her finger, and she can pretty much make him do whatever she pleases. All she has to do is, you know, say that some black man did it, and this guy will go running out, you know, because he's emotional and irrational, out to defend the honor of a female that pretty much doesn't give a crap about him and is just using him as a tool to get from point A to point B. And I can, a lot of people have made videos talking about how black women are just as manipulative and predatory. Well, this is the who did they get it from? They got it from this white female, and this white female is one of the deadliest predators, in the room. But most people won't notice it. Even in the black community, your pro-blacks, your red, black, and green Negroes, they will give her a pass the same way the white man gives her a pass because they all believe that she's on a pedestal. She's the epitome of beauty. She's absolutely perfect. She's sweet and innocent. She can do no wrong, but she's one of the most manipulative and deadly predators in the room, and she can get a war started, just like Helen of Troy launched 1,000 ships because those two simps, you know, were intoxicated by, the nuclear waste facility that percolates between her legs. And that's what these guys do. They think that this white woman, is absolutely perfect, and they fall into a trap. And what was really sad about, your Rosewoods and your Black Wall Streets is that all those innocent black people lost their lives, all because of these accusations of one of these white females who really was not honorable and did not even need to have her honor defended. What people really needed to do was take a long, hard look at this white female, and that's what they need to do today is take a long, hard look at this white female and see her for what she truly is, a deadly predator who takes advantage of men and pits men against each other so that she can gain in some way, shape, or form. And this is something that most American men don't think of. They think of things on an emotional level, and if you break down the logic, you start to see that your Klansmen, your white supremacists, these are some of the biggest simps, in America today because they will fight to the death for the honor of a woman who has no honor, a woman who it would pretty much sell these guys out and throw them under a bus if possible. A woman who preaches white supremacy but never practices it because basically she's a mercenary who's out to get whatever she wants out of anyone. When you boil down this white woman, she's the type of person who would, toss any white guy under a bus if she had a chance. If there was another guy with more money, she would toss the one that she has under a bus or try to divorce him to get to the next man. And, when you look at the white woman, she pretty much manipulates people and controls people by her beauty and her mouthpiece. And the sad part is, most white males are such simps. They can't see, who their real enemy is, just like this Afro American Negro can't see who his enemy truly is. Both of them are so caught up in the nuclear waste facility between their legs and, the pretty made up face and the body that they can't see that many of these American females do not have their best interests at heart and will pretty much, if they had a chance to move ahead at their expense, they would take it. And the sad part is, a lot of innocent people will wind up, losing their lives. And I think about Rosewood, I think about Black Wall Street, I think about all those lives lost, all due to the accusations of a white woman and, simp white men who just never saw the big picture regarding, you know, the issues of gender and race. And they looked at the emotional, but they never looked at, the logic behind it. The woman whose honor you're trying to defend was never honorable to begin with. And if you really looked at her from an objective perspective, you would see who truly was the enemy of, white men. Because 40 or 50 years, 60 years later, the feminist movement pretty much showed us who the real enemy was. And people now, some men today with the MGTOW movement, are now seeing who the true enemy of men are today.